Hey, Christina.
Hey Sarah, I'm so glad that we're getting this chance to hop on together and kind of wiggle all the nerves out about our upcoming brand session together. And I'm excited.
Yes, me too. I'm so glad that we connected through our mutual friend Melissa, who's a photographer. And yeah, I'm just so excited to hear, how you work with clients and what services you offer. It's been a long time since I've had a photo session, and so I'm definitely interested in your services.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is huge kudos to you for investing in your business and like getting all the hard part out, booking your photographer, settling on your shoot location and all of that. So I know that's a major step and you're on your way, and now it's the real fun part, but also the part that I think people have the most anxiety about once they've taken the step to say, yes, I'm going to do this. And that's the looks for the day, the apparel, the accessories, and what I'm here for is and what I really pride myself on is styling, being a coach for you and for anyone who chooses my services, more than kind of the content expert of the day. Because as shooting your brand, you are the content expert of what you want to convey. And I really believe that we're partners in it. And so first I like to kind of connect like we are today and just see each other, because I know sometimes it can be awkward. We work in very close proximity. I'll be touching you, and I just like to have a visual of each other and see kind of how we work and how we are. And like, I like to read the energy and the vibe that you, and I like to share what my energy is before we actually meet for like a 1 hour prep. And so to share a little bit about what my goals are for learning more about you, and I actually do take notes just so that that I can make sure that we are on the same page, and I'm really here for you and what you're at meeting, helping you to meet your style expectations and making sure that your visual story matches what you have in your head, matches what Melissa, the photographer, has in terms of your session plan. So all of those things will happen when we meet face to face. And for now, I did take a peek at your website. So thanks for letting me learn more about you in that way and what is out there already. And I like to ask kind of and start with, what are 5 words maybe that you describe, how you would describe yourself and your brand?
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah.
5 words.
And
Um,
it could be less, but we'll start with that.
yeah, that's a really good question. I, I work with heart-centered businesses, so a lot of wellness businesses, as well as conscious entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs and businesses that are really trying to change the world and make an impact, as well as help a lot under that umbrella of conscious businesses. It's wellness businesses who really take a holistic approach and try to make an impact on the world through improving mental and physical health. So I would say health would be, definitely a top word. Heart-centered,
Hmm.
that's, a term that, definitely my target audience is familiar with. Um, I would say, I don't know, the word bright comes to mind, because I definitely envision how I represent my brand. My colors on my website are blue and orange. That's what my logo is, with a little teal as well. But I gravitate towards bright colors. And to me, that just represents, showing up in the world and just being yourself. And having a unique approach to the
Yeah.
world. So I think that is what differentiates my business, Blue Lotus Films, from other businesses, that it's really about, being joyful, bringing more light and love to the world.
Yes, we can all use that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like, if you're going to do video, there's so many businesses that need video, but, why not do videos for companies that are really trying to make an impact in people's lives beyond just, buying a product. And of course, I mean, any product, the entrepreneur or business owner, they believe that it is going to make an impact. But I mean, beyond just like the day you buy it, or, the day you integrate it into your business, it's like, really just moving the needle in people's personal lives as well.
Yeah. It's funny. So I feel that same way about style and integrating that, which is why I have the coaching spin on it. And the funny thing, when I was on your website, because I noticed the colors right away, and what I noticed in the pictures with you is you're wearing a lot of black and white, and it didn't necessarily convey this brightness and this energy that you have, and this clear passion for connecting with a holistic approach and all of those things. And so I'd like to kind of look at options for incorporating some of that, liveliness into your visual as well, and in some of your looks. And again, once we get closer, for example, Melissa will share with me your session plan for the day, the locations, and what the stories look like, and we can style to that as well. In having worked with Melissa before, and I know, and also being having the opportunity to do my own brand session, I know that being able to move in your clothes, so they've got to look, well, but it's also a very dynamic shoot. So we'll work around those kind of things as well, because you're not just posing. So, right. So we want authenticity in that, and being able to be live and, showing the things that you do in your business in an image. We want the apparel and the accessories to move with that as well.
Yeah.
So
one thing I was definitely concerned about, it's the summer now, and it's like 90 degrees, and, there's clothes I have in my closet that I think might be a good fit, but, I'm just looking for comfort. I mean, I'm willing to, do what I need to do, for the photo shoot, but of course we don't want to be dripping in sweat. So that's definitely one question I had, is, what type of materials to look for, and
for sure,
what would be best for the weather.
Yeah. So for today, getting, knowing what some of your, questions or concerns are, what I would say is that I always say natural fibers are the best for the warm weather. Without having your session plan and seeing like what the locations are, I couldn't go into too much detail other than that. I always recommend, whether you're styling for brand sessions or if it's just a like a family photo shoot, I encourage people to dress and in when creating looks for everyday wardrobe. I don't really believe in seasonal looks, and I actually discourage that in overall outfit planning, because I feel like you should be able to wear your wardrobe. I mean, we are on the East Coast, like I get you're going to need a coat and a scarf at some point in time, but for your branding session, I feel like it should be seasonless, so that you can extend the usefulness of that.
Oh, interesting. I wouldn't have
So
even thought of it that way.
yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have you. So like, again, natural, I have on a blazer today, which it's pretty warm, but it is a lightish fabric. So there are ways that we can work around that and kind of actually use it to our benefit. I also start in in your own closet. So I know that many times people, ask about, do I need a shopping list, or here's my budget. So it's really a custom experience overall. And I like to get in those details, but I do tend to start in your closet. And when I come to you, I would ask that you pull, 3 looks that you might be interested in, think that you might use for your shoot. And then we go from there and we shop that way. And then if there's anything that needs to be filled in, then we can go from there, and I can provide you with the details to do that.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so do you like go to the stores with your clients? Would you, recommend stores for me to go to on my own, or
Yeah.
would you come with me to the stores?
Yeah. So continuing the flow of customization, and I believe in meeting, clients where they are. If there was a need to fill in some gaps, I can do a couple things. I have gone to the stores. I have done the polls for the client, and then met them there. So everything's already pulled, and then we just do a try on. I've also provided lists of brands based on things that are tried and trues for me, based on body type, based on what you're looking for, to fill in, and given brands and stores where they can be found. And I've been and then clients have sent me pictures from the fitting room, and we've done a virtual fitting in that way. So I try to meet the needs of our super busy lives, and discuss the options based on schedule and life goings on.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love that you have so many different options, and I just know that I really need help. That I have a few things in my closet, but I tend to feel like I don't have a cohesive outfit. And again, especially, the right fabric, the right things I would wear, specifically intentionally for this photo shoot. I might have, a shirt, but I need help with a skirt and the shoes. And, that's where I just want to cancel the photo shoot if I don't have, some kind of advice. Honestly, it's just not my specialty.
Yeah, no. And what I have found is once we start working together in your actual closet, that people, so Melissa's style and approach really lends itself well. And so for example, there was one branding session that we did with an author, and it was inside for this particular story. And she ended up on the sofa with her book, her feet up, barefoot. I get that that's not going to be everybody's brand, but the way that your brand is as much you as it is the service that you're providing. And any kind of prejudgment about what, it's not a headshot, so it is really not so serious. So there are images that may be captured where the shoes don't even matter, because, hey, you might be barefoot. Or for a lot of the session, it might be actually the waist up. And so I've had style sessions where the client is wearing a denim at the bottom, a dark denim, and then the top is what we've changed out a couple times, because for that story, you don't really need, it's not a full body shot. So there are opportunities to incorporate like your brand colors, and maybe it's a scarf or an earring and you're only getting the image from the waist up, and that's kind of works for, you know, conveying the story that you guys have agreed on.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah. So it isn't, once we start talking about it and just going back to the session plan that you've created with Melissa, I have found that there is this big exhale, and people realize that it isn't, it is much more easygoing than perhaps initially thought.
Absolutely. And that's where, you know, I just feel that hiring people who have expertise, you know, because I love how you're collaborating with Melissa, and, you know, she's not just saying, hey, you know, I'm going to take these photos, but, you know, grab whatever you like in your closet. It's like, this is all planned out. It's very intentional. And for the ultimate goal, like you said, of, you know, making these photos really representative of the client's brand. And
Yeah.
I get what you're saying about, you know, those black and white. I do tend to, you know, I told you I used to live in New York, so I would, but that was a photo shoot where, you know, a friend did help me pick the clothes out, and I thought they were funky and cool. And I think we took it in the winter. But yeah, to get to that goal, I totally get what you're saying about, you know, making sure the colors match your brand and the message you want to convey.
Yeah. And more to message than to be this like kind of, you know, brand, it's just a wink, right? So that it's just a wink to it. It isn't like you have necessarily, and some people do have branded tops. And I love a black and white, don't get me wrong. I love the black and white with a pop of color, as long as that is really in honor of who the client is and what who they are. But it isn't just like a standard that everyone needs to abide by. And certainly don't want to, you know, I just want it to kind of mirror what they're trying to accomplish as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So then what is the next step? How do we, you know, get started? I know that the photo session's coming up in a few weeks. So
Yeah. So we have a great, as I had mentioned, previously, I love like a 2 to 3 week lead time, just to work with, you know, with you and future clients, if anything needs to be altered, or if we do need to fill in any gaps in terms of apparel or accessories. So we would go ahead and book your 1 hour actual fitting with me. And I think, you know, we agreed that I would come out to you, which is a service that I provide for my DMV clients. And you know, we would start with the closet shop, and knowing going into it that there may be you know, a few extra minutes that we would spend together, and know that, and go from there.
awesome. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I think that, you know, this is going to help me get prepared, you know, just be able to, you know, feel comfortable and relax, like going into the shoot. And yeah, it just seems like you've got a lot of skills to offer. So
well, thank you. I really appreciate that. And I do also look forward to working together. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you, Cristina. Well, yeah, just follow up with me on email and we'll schedule the session. And yeah, I really look forward to it.
Yes, me too. So thanks again for spending time and helping me get to know you better. And I look forward to scheduling our hour together.
Thank you, Cristina.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.